All right, diving in today, folks, to a case that just, well, it never really stops being relevant, does it?
No, no, it doesn't. It's
John Wayne Gacy.
the killer clown.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, and I think that's why we keep coming back to it, right? We're going to try to, as much as we can, unravel this double life.
Yeah.
Gacy's past, those horrific crimes, and then, maybe what we can actually learn.
Right.
Because it really is that stark contrast, right?
Well.
You have this seemingly successful businessman, active in his community, but then this hidden, horrifying secret.
The facade, that's really the fascinating and terrifying part. It's just this reminder, right? Evil can wear that friendly face.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get into it. Gacy, born on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Almost ironic. For someone who'd become associated with, well, such darkness.
Yeah, strange.
In his childhood, it wasn't easy. Strained relationship with his dad, abusive father, actually.
Plus health issues, leading to isolation. So, thinking about that, do you think those early experiences maybe could have planted the seeds, for what came later?
It's tough, right? Because you never want to draw that straight line, childhood trauma to serial killing.
Right.
But those early experiences, yeah, they probably, they must have played some role, shaping his psychological development. The need for control that we see, craving acceptance. That's pretty common in cases like this. Right?
Yeah, makes sense. But then you see Gacy build this, what everyone thinks is a successful life. Career, he's married, involved in the community.
Right, right.
And then he creates this, it's almost too much, this Pogo the Clown persona.
Yeah, I know.
Entertaining at parties, kids' parties.
It's just, the dissonance there, it's staggering. It really suggests, I think, a deeply compartmentalized mind, to be able to separate those horrific acts from that persona he built for everyone else. It's really a prime example of how deceiving appearances can be.
Yeah, totally. And the thing is, even before all of this, it's not like he came out of nowhere. In the 60s, he had that legal trouble.
Oh, right.
Inappropriate behavior with a young man.
Mm-hmm.
Serves a short sentence. But then seemingly bounces back?
Yeah.
So it makes you think, how effective are these rehab programs, especially in a case like this?
It's so complex, and there aren't easy answers. Rehab is a huge goal for our justice system, right?
Yeah.
But Gacy, his case, it just shows how hard it is to really figure out if someone can change.
Right.
Especially when you're dealing with, that deep deception and manipulation.
Yeah, absolutely. And sadly, between 72 and 78, he targets at least 33 young men and boys.
It's just...
And the way he did it, his modus operandi, it's chilling how calculated it was.
Mm-hmm.
He'd lure them in, promising jobs, using that contractor status to seem trustworthy.
It's so methodical. It just points to that lack of empathy, right? Preying on those who are vulnerable, exploiting their trust. Just awful.
And then the discovery. Can you imagine being there? Those bodies in his crawl space.
Oh, that's just horrifying. The scale of that crime scene.
Right.
Never seen before.
Unprecedented.
To process all that, identify everyone, piece together the murders.
Right.
It's a massive forensic challenge. Takes a huge coordinated effort, all those experts, and, the emotional toll on them, I can't imagine.
You can't. And then there's Robert Piest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the young man whose disappearance really finally breaks the case open.
And it really shows you how crucial those investigations are, that ripple effect. One missing person can unravel so much.
Exactly.
It was that pursuit of answers in his case that ended Gacy's, that whole reign of terror.
Gacy's convicted. 33 counts of murder.
Wow.
Record at the time. Sentenced to death. Now, his lawyer tries for the insanity plea, but doesn't work.
Yeah, the insanity plea, that always gets people talking, right?
Okay.
About accountability, about justice, what it really means.
Yeah.
Makes us think about mental illness and how it fits into these crimes. It's complicated.
It really is. Even facing execution, Gacy was defiant. No remorse.
It's hard to.
And then he does this, he's creating clown-themed artwork on death row.
It's difficult to say for sure why. Could be that need for control, even then, trying to rewrite his story. Or maybe maybe it reflects just how disturbed he was, that he couldn't understand the gravity of what he did.
Yeah. His final words before execution, 1994, just as defiant.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds us that we miss things. We don't see the darkness underneath what looks ordinary.
Right.
We need to be careful in how we judge, understand the signs, the subtle signs that might show someone's true nature. So with all that, what do you think? What's Gacy's legacy? What can we really learn?
I think It's that stark reminder that evil, it can be hiding right in front of us. It's about awareness, trusting our gut, when things feel off. And we have to push for better systems to track those missing people. We all have to be more vigilant, work together so that predators, people like Gacy, they have less opportunity.
You've given us a lot to think about.
Yeah.
It's tough, but I guess the question is, how can we, each of us, and as communities, prevent these tragedies?
Yeah.
What can we do so that monsters like Gacy, they just have no place to hide?
Right.
It's something we all have to think about.
Absolutely.